The only time that Tottenham have beaten Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium in the Premier League was back in 2010. Arsenal are unbeaten in their past 10 Premier League home games against Spurs, winning 6 and drawing 4. And Harry Kane is the leading goalscorer in North London derbies. This is the match preview, Arsenal v Spurs. Welcome back to the channel, hope you're all keeping well. This is the match preview video, Arsenal v Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League, Sunday afternoon at the Emirates Stadium, 4:30 PM kickoff. In today's video, I'll be going through Nuno Espirito Santo's comments, all of the Tottenham Hotspur team news, the team's form, all of the match facts and stats, my predicted lineup, my score prediction, the betting offers from channel sponsors William Hill, and how you can watch the game Sunday afternoon. So let's start the video by talking about this weekend's fixtures. 7 Premier League games on Saturday, 2 on Sunday and 1 on Monday. Saturday's fixtures are as follows. Starts with a huge game, Chelsea against Manchester City. And then Manchester United will play Aston Villa. Everton will play Norwich. Leeds will play West Ham. Leicester against Burnley. Watford against Newcastle. And Brentford take on Liverpool. 2 games on Sunday, including the Arsenal v Tottenham game. Southampton will take on Wolves, and then on Monday evening, Crystal Palace will take on Brighton. Now, Tottenham are currently 7th in the Premier League. We've played 5, we have won 3, we have lost 2. We have a goal difference of -3. We have 9 points. Our opponents on Sunday, Arsenal, are down in 13th place. They have played 5. They have won 2. They have lost 3. They have a goal difference of -7. They have 6 points. So, as we all know, Tottenham Hotspur started the Premier League season extremely well. 3 wins out of 3, whilst our North London rivals, they lost their first 3 games. Tottenham Hotspur were top, Arsenal were bottom. Of course, Spurs started the Premier League campaign with a 1-0 win over champions Manchester City at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, followed by a 1-0 away win at Wolves, and then a 1-0 home win against Watford. And of course, our last 2 Premier League games have been 2 3-0 defeats away at Crystal Palace and at home against Chelsea. As I said, Arsenal lost their opening 3 Premier League games, losing 2-0 away at Brentford, 2-0 at home to Chelsea, and then losing 5-0 away at champions Manchester City. But their last 2 games, they have actually won 1-0, beating Norwich City 1-0 at the Emirates Stadium, and last time out in the Premier League, beating Burnley at Turf Moor 1-0. Now let's get into the team news for both clubs. Now Spurs are still without Steven Bergwijn and Ryan Sessegnon, but Nuno Espirito Santo has confirmed that Lucas Moura has returned to training and he is now in contention for a place in the starting 11 at the Emirates Stadium, or indeed the subs bench. Now Spurs striker Harry Kane is set to make his 250th Premier League appearance. Now Arsenal do have a fully fit squad to choose from, with Granit Xhaka back in contention after a 3-game ban. So, of course, last month, during August, Nuno Espirito Santo and Tottenham Hotspur faced Arsenal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, winning 1-0 as part of the Mind Series friendly tournament. But this is Nuno Espirito Santo's first competitive game against Arsenal as Tottenham Hotspur coach. Now, he must know how much this means to the fans, the North London derby. In his press conference, he said it's not another game, it's a special game for us. One for the fans. It's going to be a tough match, but no doubt it's a different game. I have many situations in derbies, but this is a new one, a tough one and a special one for our fans. If it's special for our fans, it's special for us. Nuno then went on to say, we expect a tough match and we have to compete. We have to give everything that we can and play good. Playing good is finding the right balance in our game. Now let's get into the match facts and stats. Now I can tell you now that Spurs have only ever won once at the Emirates Stadium since them moving there in 2006. And the only victory for us in Premier League competition was back in 2010 when we were 2-0 down and we come back to win the game 3-2. Arsenal are unbeaten in their past 10 Premier League home games against Spurs, winning 6 and drawing 4. Arteta's side are vying to win consecutive league fixtures against their North London rivals for the first time since 2014. And Tottenham's 3-2 victory at the Emirates Stadium in 2010 is their only win in the past 28 top-flight matches away to Arsenal, where we have drawn 11 and lost 16. A dreadful record, as I've said, at the Emirates Stadium. Now, Arsenal have scored at least once in their 22 Premier League home games against Spurs. Back-to-back 3-0 defeats leave Spurs at risk of losing 3 consecutive league matches by 3 goals or more for the first time in our history. We have also been beaten in our last 3 Premier League games against fellow London clubs. We have not lost 4 in a row since a 6-match sequence between March 2003 and January 2004. And Spurs head coach Nuno Espirito Santo lost just 1 of 6 league fixtures against Arsenal as Wolves boss, winning 3 and drawing 2. Arsenal have won 1-0 in consecutive league matches. They haven't won 3 top-flight fixtures in a row by that scoreline since 2008. If they fail to score on Sunday, Arsenal will equal their record for fewest goals after 6 games of a league campaign. They had 2 goals at this stage of the 1910-1911 season, and Arsenal have used 26 players in this season's Premier League and have made 16 changes to their starting lineup. Both are league highs prior to the latest round of fixtures. And the average age of Arsenal's starting lineup is 24 years and 328 days. This is the top flight's youngest in the 2021-2022 season. Now, when you think of the North London derby, one of the first players that comes to mind, and that is Tottenham Hotspur striker Harry Kane. He simply loves to score against Arsenal. Now, Harry Kane is the leading scorer in North London derbies with 11 goals in 14 league and cup appearances, while his total of 11 Premier League goals against Arsenal is bettered only by Wayne Rooney's 12. Now, Harry Kane, who is set to make his 250th Premier League appearance, failed to score against Arsenal in March, but has never gone consecutive matches against them without netting. However, Harry Kane's tally of 4 top-flight shots has been exceeded by 110 other Premier League players this season prior to the latest round of fixtures. Arsenal striker Lacazette could become the first Arsenal player to score in 4 consecutive home league games against Spurs, and goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale can become the 3rd goalkeeper to keep a clean sheet in each of his first 3 Premier League appearances for Arsenal. Now, head-to-head, there have been 58 games played in Premier League history between the 2 clubs. Arsenal winning 21 of them, Spurs winning 14 of them, and 23 of those games have finished as a draw. Now, the worrying stat for me is we have only ever beaten Arsenal away twice since the 1992-1993 season, once at Highbury and once at the Emirates Stadium. Now, if you'd like to bet on football and you'd like to bet on the North London derby, Arsenal against Spurs, please do visit the William Hill website and download their app. They have some great betting offers. Now, for a 1-0 Arsenal win, they are going with 7-1. A 2-0 Arsenal win is 11-1. A 2-1 Arsenal win is 9-1. And a 3-0 Arsenal win is 22-1. Now, if you went 1-0 Spurs, you'd get 17-2. A 2-0 Spurs is 16-1, a 2-1 Spurs is 11-1, and a 3-0 Spurs is 40-1. If you went with a draw, a 0-0 is 17-2, a 1-1 is 5-1, and a 2-2 is 14-1. Now, the match officials for the North London derby, Craig Paulson will be the referee on Sunday afternoon. His assistants will be Ian Hussin and Dan Robathan. And the 4th official will be Peter Banks. And the VAR will be Stuart Atwell. Now, if you'd like to watch the game and you are located in the UK, you can watch it 4:30 p.m. UK time. Sky Sports Main Event, Sky Sports Premier League and Sky Sports Ultra HD. For more information on the channels that you can watch this game on, please do visit the website Live Football on TV. So let's get into my score prediction and my predicted lineup. The score prediction, I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think that the Emirates Stadium is an extremely difficult place to go. I don't understand it because our record against our 2 biggest rivals, Chelsea and Arsenal, we didn't win at Stamford Bridge for 28 years, a couple of years ago. What a day that was to win there finally after 28 years. But we do have this abysmal record against Chelsea and Arsenal away. And it's so frustrating because, of course, we're all, seeing Arsenal, in such a state this season. The first 3 games they were sat bottom of the league. They hadn't scored a goal. Of course, they've won the last 2 Premier League games 1-0, but I just think that it's going to be a 1-1 draw. Obviously, hoping and praying that Tottenham Hotspur win, because I was there a couple of years ago when we won in the Carabao Cup, and what a night! It's absolutely fantastic. You're on top of the world when you win at places like Stamford Bridge and the Emirates Stadium. But I'm actually going to go for a 1-1 draw, and as you heard there, with the odds from William Hill, they are going for a 1-1 draw as well. That is exactly what they think is going to happen. So that is my score prediction, 1-1. Please do put yours in the comment section below. And of course, I think that Harry Kane will grab his first Premier League goal of this Premier League campaign. He absolutely loves to score against our North London rivals, and I think he will do exactly that on Sunday yet again. Now, let's get into the predicted starting 11. This is what I think that Nuno Espirito Santo will choose. Not what I would choose. I know a lot of people, whenever I go over a predicted lineup and I put a predicted lineup out, I get lots of comments saying, why on earth have you put him in, Chris? Why have you put him in? Why have you put him in? It is not my choice. I am predicting what Nuno Espirito Santo is going to do, and this is what I think he will do. Hugo Lloris in goal, and then I think he will go with a back 4 of Emerson Royal at right back, Romero, Eric Dyer and Reguilon. I then think he will go with Dele Alli, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, Tanguy Ndombele, Giovanni Lo Celso, Harry Kane and Heung-min Son. Now, I'm just going to state now what changes I would make to that. Now, Emerson Royal, yes, of course, he's a decent defender, just come in. Too early to judge him so far. He's played 2 Premier League games for us, and we've conceded 6 goals. We've lost both games 3-0. No, I'm not saying it's his fault, but quite honestly, I think I'd play Tanganga in this game at right back. Tanganga, he's homegrown. He's been part of the youth system. He understands the North London derby. And I just think that, in order for us to try and get this win and try and get a good result at the Emirates Stadium, in my opinion, if I was choosing the team, I would choose Tanganga and put him at right back. The other change that I would make as well to what I think Nuno Espirito Santo will put out on Sunday is Giovanni Lo Celso. Giovanni Lo Celso, I still don't understand what position his best position is. I still don't really understand what he offers to the team. And when you think Brian Hill, the performance from him on Wednesday at Wolves, I think it will be very, very unfair for him not to be in the starting lineup. So I'm hoping, it would certainly be my choice that Lo Celso wouldn't be in the starting 11. Brian Hill would. And finally, what do I want to see on Sunday? Of course, I want to see Tottenham Hotspur win. Now, when I talk about all of those stats there, 2 wins away at Arsenal in Premier League history since it started in 1992, 1993. 1 win at the Emirates Stadium, 1 win at Highbury. It is simply not good enough. And especially after last week's defeat at home to Chelsea. Not 1 yellow card in that game from any Spurs player. And, when I think back last week, it was an awful second half performance. Absolutely awful. The players just gave up. And in this North London derby this Sunday, I want to see grit, determination, and ultimately, I want to see passion. The fans absolutely love these games. We all feel nervous about it, but deep down, we all look forward to these games. The first, when the fixtures come out, the first fixtures we will look out for is Arsenal home, Arsenal away, Chelsea at home, Chelsea away. All of the others, West Ham, etc., they come after. But the Arsenal one is the big one. Chelsea, of course, is the big one as well. But in this game, I want to see every single Tottenham Hotspur player give absolutely everything. I want to see tackles flying in. Ultimately, as I say, I just want to see the passion, because there wasn't very much passion last week at all. For those of you who watch this channel on a regular basis, you know that I upload videos every day, or multiple videos every day. And this week has been extremely difficult. That's why there has not been many uploads, because it's been very, very difficult to try and be upbeat about Spurs, particularly after that second half performance against Chelsea. And, you know, in games like this, it is so important to the fans. We absolutely 110% want to win these games and win them well. And, you know, we are passionate. I want to see the passion that we show on the faces of the players. I want to see the tackles flying in. You know, not one yellow card last week. I want to see the yellow cards being, you know, being shown amongst the Spurs players. And I want to, as I say, I want to see that passion, determination, and get those 3 points. So hopefully we can climb back up that league table. Just before I go, I would just like to shout out Nike for this very special gift that they have sent me. It is actually the new home Tottenham Hotspur shirt. It is the player edition. And I tell you what, I've never ever purchased the player edition or the elite edition, but I certainly will now, because the quality of this material, it is so different and so much more comfortable than the normal edition. So I know it's more expensive, but I tell you what, this edition is absolutely fantastic. So Nike, thank you very much. I will have pleasure wearing this very, very special shirt. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below. And of course, your score predictions in the comment section below and your predicted lineup. Let's hope that we are all smiling Sunday evening. Enjoy your weekend. Come on, you Spurs.